All right, so for this example problem for linear programming, we're going to use number 2 from the worksheet that I gave you guys. So the Belt and Wallet Leather Company wants to add handmade belts and wallets to its product line. Each belt nets the company $18 in profit and $12 for the wallet. So that's going to be our profit equation. Profit is equal to $18 for a belt and $12 for a wallet. Both belts and wallets require cutting and sewing time. So like I said in class, we're going to break these apart by cutting and sewing. So essentially we have like a cutting equation, cutting constraint, and sewing constraint. So belts require 2 hours of cutting, and then if you read wallets require 3 hours of cutting. So belts require 2 hours of cutting, wallets require 3 hours of cutting, and you have at most 12 hours of cutting available. So less than or equal to 12. Now for sewing. Belts require 6 hours of sewing, and wallets require 3 hours of sewing. Again, less than or equal to the total amount of hours for sewing, which is 18. So we end up with these two constraints. Don't forget also that our x has to be greater than or equal to 0, and our y has to be greater than or equal to 0. So now that we have our constraints, we're going to get these, we're going to get y by itself for both of these constraints and graph them. So subtract 2x from both sides. So we'll have 3y less than or equal to negative 2x plus 12. Divide everything by 3. So y is going to be less than or equal to negative 2/3 x plus 4. Okay, so that's the first one. Then we're going to get this one by itself. So subtract 6x from both sides. So we'll have 3y less than or equal to negative 6x plus 18. Divide everything by 3. So y is going to be less than or equal to negative 2x plus 6. And so then we graph. I'm going to grab a ruler. Okay. So here, same way as we graph a line. My y-intercept is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, my slope is negative 2, so I go down 2 to the right 1. Again, down 2 to the right 1. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. So this one is start at 4, and the slope is negative 2/3. So it's going to be down 2 to the right 3. Okay, again, down 2 to the right 3. So draw our line. Since it's less than or equal to, you just know you're going to shade down. And then we have our other inequality. So start at 6, so 5, 6. Slope is down 2, so down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1. Okay. So now we do this one right here. Obviously, you guys had graph paper, so it'd be a little easier. So this one's shading down as well. So one point is right here at 3, 0. The other point is right here at 1.53. And the other point is right here at 0.4. So now we're going to substitute each point into our profit equation. So our first one, 18 times 0 plus 12 times 4. Okay, so 18 times 0 is 0. 12 times 4 is 36. So we get $36 for this one. Next, we're going to substitute this one, but we can't substitute the 0.5 in there. We can only do the 1 because we can't make half of a belt. So 18 times 1 plus 12 times 3. And then the last one, 18 times 3 plus 12 times 0. Okay? So now what we're going to do is just figure out the rest of the stuff. So 18 times 1 is 18. 12 times 3 is 36. So 36 plus 18, we'll get 54. Okay. Then we have 18 times 3 again, plus 12 times 0, so we get 54 as well. So these two are both the same. So essentially you'll be making the same amount of money for both of these, but as we're getting into more real life equations, we can't have 0 amounts of something. So we'll have to make 1 belt and 3 wallets, and that's going to give us the 54, okay? So 1 belt and 3 wallets is our final answer. Okay, so that's how you do this problem.